In my last video, I was talking about how to read CSVs and work with their data via Python. In this one, I'm going to show you how to take Python data that's written in like Python dictionaries or whatever, and store it into a CSV as quickly as possible, or at least in the fastest way that I know. So let's get into it. I'm going to share my screen. And I have the files open that we had yesterday or in yesterday's video, if you saw that. Either way, we're going to do it from scratch. So we are going to be using Pandas once again, and we're going to build data that could be in a CSV format. So to build this, there is a few ways that we could do it, but regardless of the method, it's going to end up being in this sort of a format. So what you're going to want is you're going to define a dictionary, and in this dictionary, your keys are going to be your column names, and then your values are going to be arrays that contain the data that you want. And in order for this to work, all of your data has to have, or at least I'm pretty sure it has to have like the same number of data. So for example, I'll just show you. So we're going to create, this is going to be name. And I'm going to put, let's see, Zach Quatstas, like that. Same as yesterday. Actually, you know what? Let's do 5. Dima and Jake from State Farm. All right, so we have this. Now let's do favorite color, blue, gray, deep purple. I don't know, black, and red for State Farm. All right, so now we have these two columns and age. So age, let's see, 24, quad is 4, 69, 20 something, 30. I don't know, something like that. So we have these values, and essentially this is going to be what's translated into the table. So each kind of like space here, like if we wanted to line these up, it wouldn't be proper Python, but technically we could do this. We could line it up like this, and then it would actually end up being in this format at the end. So it'll look closer to something like this. Yeah, about there. Boom. Yeah, so whenever like our data actually comes through, oh, actually I should have done that backwards. Let's see. Yeah, so this is not proper Python, but this is how the data will end up being represented in our Pandas data frame. So yeah, just as a visual way of thinking about it, it will look like something like this. Whoops. So yeah, you can think of these as the column names, and then each line or each like index here is going to be a row in Pandas. So now that we have this, we're just going to say pd.dataframe, and then we're going to make it out of this data. And then we can say x, or let's see, so df, which is typically what people use for data frame to represent that data. And now let's print and see what we have. So print df, like so. Yeah, and now we have all of our data nice and organized. And something I forgot to show yesterday, like once you have this data frame, you can also just grab one of the columns. And if you want, so we explored how to make it like how to get a specific column. So like if I say df name here, that was this one. So yeah, we have a list, or yeah, essentially a list of all the names. And we can add, if we want 2 columns, we can do something like this. So name and favorite color. Play it. So that's this one, only name and favorite color. We could switch this with age if we wanted to. Now we have these. And another thing we can do, and I don't know, let's see. Yeah, so we can do like this. So if you need to access this data back in your Python, like to, I don't know, maybe change it or something, you can just say, let's see, df column data equals, you just put a list around whatever series that you have. So remember that these columns are called series in Pandas. Let's see, my series is pd.series, so it's a series object, and that would just be this. So once you have your series, you can say my data. Essentially, it's going to be in a list format. So this is going to be list my series. And then if we print my data, we have that column's data inside of a list. So if we change this age, just so you can see, it will go to ages. Now, let's take our data and put this inside of a CSV. So we're going to say df.toCSV, and then we're just going to write our file name. So or let's see, users or something.csv. Or people, that can work too, people.csv. Let's write it. Yeah, and now we have our data right here, nice and organized. Also, if you don't want these specific indexes, or if you don't want the indexes at the end, like here, we can just say index equals false. Run it again. Yeah, and now there's no more index and all of the data is proper. So whenever you open it in something, it will look like the proper format. And also the same for Excel. So df.toExcel people.xlsx, and I believe we need to import I forget what it is, but it'll give us an error. So let's see. Let's run it. Yeah, so pip install open PyXL. There we go. All right, so let's run it again. And yeah, now there's no more issues and we were able to open it. Yep. And because I have this, again, Excel viewer extension right here, yeah, essentially it lets you see this data in VS Code if you want to. So it's really, really useful. So that is today's short video. Just wanted to show you that so you know how to go in the reverse method to create a Pandas data frame and convert that data into a CSV extremely simply and super fast. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the content, subscribe. And yep, bye for now.